the law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, balls in my heart, my city and the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Settle it. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down on the ground, now I'm up for the fight. I'm on it. Seaside at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Done dirt, but my crep stay clean. Send for me, rude boy, how you mean? Look at my champ with the verses. Clean sheet in him, and I'm on a verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the purses. Death match like your family in hearses. The law of this jungle, we're running forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. You see, out here in this jungle, we're running forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
27 years since Wolves were last into this stage of the League Cup. We are at the City Ground for a huge night of action. A place in the semi-final awaits. Nottingham Forest against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Two incredibly famous names of the game. Both have fallen on hard times since their successes in this competition. But of recent times, things have been looking up. Both may well prefer to focus on Premier League survival, but tonight is one of those occasions where we can dare to dream. And as a former head coach once said, dreaming is for free. I'm Mikey Burrows. Alongside me here is the Hall of Famer Andy Thompson, who, yes, he played the last time Wolves got to the quarter-final of the League Cup. I'm sure he's going to bring it up multiple times.
Well, you'll be putting black and white pictures on them.
Don't spoil our jokes. I mean, okay, fine, we'll do it now. Whenever Tomo talks about the League Cup, we're going to go like this. It didn't quite work. But we can put him into black and white, and he'll go into his melodic tones as he reminisces about the great times that he had as a player.
Listen to him. Look at what you've done. I'll tell you what. I can see why you get here early, just to put all this in action, eh?
Joining us from home is the former Wolves winger, Matt Jarvis. Jarvo, great to see you. As ever, we will have the King, John Richards, will join us. Incredible League Cup success that he had in his Wolves career, and hopefully a little bit of that magic stardust will rub off on the current crop of players. Because, Tomo, as I mentioned, this is about a potential shot at glory, right? And as much as we want to stay in the Premier League, as much as both sides want to focus on staying in the Premier League, when you've got this far and you are so close to a potential final, it takes over and takes precedence, right?
Yeah, of course it does, because confidence comes into it as well, and you got momentum from winning games and getting this far. So, look, I know you don't want to play as many games because you want to prioritise the Premier League, but I just think that it's just going to give you confidence and momentum, just the way you're playing. Because, say, there's going to be players out there, if we do get through this round, that who want to play in that semi-final, they want to make sure that the manager's picking them. And look, there's nothing better than winning games and making sure that you get yourselves an opportunity to play at Wembley. We saw what it was like in the semi-final of the FA Cup when we got there, and the way that we played. And I say, unfortunately, we didn't get the right result. But you've seen what it means to people. You can see how people feel about getting to the latter stages of the competitions. We're still in the FA Cup with a replay. So, look, there's nothing wrong with it, with the way that things have gone. I know our league form hasn't been great, but we have picked up a little bit. We have done pretty well. We've seen signs of it. So it'd be great if we can just get through this tie.
Jarvo, from a player's perspective, knowing that you are potentially 90 minutes away from one of those kind of grand occasions in the football calendar, there isn't a great deal of inspiration needed to be said in a dressing room, right? Everything speaks for itself on a night like this.
100%. I think you want to win silverware as a player. Doesn't matter wherever you are. You want to win silverware. So being in a cup competition and sort of getting this close, you can start to dream a little bit. So you'll be desperate to play well. But going on from what Tomo said, now it's an opportunity for these players to actually, with the new manager coming in, it's another opportunity to show them what they can do. He's been mixing his team up. He's been giving other people opportunities to show them. But now this is another game that you can show why you should be in the team and why you should be playing in the Premier League next week. A great opportunity to go and put in a good performance and get to that semi-final, but also to stamp your authority on that team and be like, you can't drop me. I need to be playing every week.
We'll go through the full team news in just a second, Tomo, but it's interesting that Nottingham Forest have effectively gone back to their Premier League team, having obviously been humbled by Blackpool in the FA Cup on Saturday, whereas Wolves have kind of just evolved the team that played at Liverpool on Saturday. How much do you think that's a response to actually how good we were at Anfield on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think we were very good at Anfield. I thought that we were unlucky that we didn't get the victory for whatever reasons, as we've all spoke about. But I just think that we're watching the Villa game, that first half. I thought we played very well again. We're starting to see glimpses of the team that we was hoping that we can see in this Premier League and in this cup competition. And look, the players out there want to play any game that they can. It's in a way, it's nice in rotating. I know people want to be in the side all the time, but as I've said before, that bench looks strong. That bench looks like it's got an appetite when they do come on, and that's the importance of it. Look, there's players out there who want to be in that starting 11, and healthy competition for places is great.
He mentions the bench there, Matt Jarvis. I mean, there was a moment on Saturday when at 2-1 down, we could have just said, do you know what? Fine, we're behind. Let's ease this off. And he didn't, did he, Julian Lopetegui? He put attacking substitutes on, and it worked, and it very nearly got us through outright. It probably should have got us through outright. But does that say to you that maybe there is something about the adventurous nature of this head coach that actually should fill us with a bit of confidence?
Definitely. I think it adds to the impact that he's had on the squad, because the players that are coming on are having the impact that is needed in the game. Maybe some points this season that you made substitutions and the players that come on and maybe not made that impact that you're hoping a substitution to make. The Liverpool game was the exact response that the manager wanted. And it, as Tomo was saying, it builds momentum, builds confidence. You can going into a game thinking, what team coming off a Liverpool game going, we should have won that, and being disappointed. That's the difference that it is this week compared to a few weeks ago. You're going there being disappointed that effectively, although it was a cup competition, you've come away with a draw. You were expecting to win, which is a massive confidence boost.
One of those players who came off the bench and was so impressive is the new signing, Matheus Cunha. And after the game at Anfield, I caught up with him. Matheus, what are your thoughts and emotions after such an exciting and dramatic game?
It's a very dramatic game. After 2-1, it's like we need to recover again, to keep focus, to put it 2-2 and maybe win this game. But for sure, after 2-2 is very good result for us. Now we play in Millionaire, and then we are happy with this result, and we hope we win in our house.
Was there a sense of frustration that you thought you'd done enough to win it, but also pride at the way the team played?
Yes, perfect. This is completely. Then we feel like now it's like we are very proud of after 3-2, and then we think it's not offside, but this is the game is normal, and then yes, we are proud 2-2, and then we want to win in our house.
You played your part in one of the goals. How have you found your first two appearances?
It's good. It's very good. I feel like the most important is help the team, and then in Aston Villa is like a more dramatic game. I think so. It's time to Aston Villa attack, and then want to put 1-1 in the result. But today is like a different situation. I go to the pitch with 2-1 for Liverpool, and then it's different, like we attack and have like this feeling to score, and they score very fast. And after, okay, we need to keep this result. But yes, I feel very good. It's like I say, the most important is help the team, and then I hope more fast possible come my first goals, and then so this is most and this is very good for me. But the most important is like the always 3 points for the team.
And the welcome you've had, the fans were singing your name when you were warming up in the first half.
Unbelievable. I'm very happy this. In the start, I don't believe, I say, oh, maybe it's my name. But I say like, okay, maybe not, but maybe I do some mistake. Then I say, yeah, it's me, but it's not me, And then I feel like, oh, it's me, I think so. And then I look there and the people's like, yes, you. And I say, wow, thank you very much, guys. And then, it's like one guy with this is very proud. And then I want to do everything in the pitch for the fans.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Genuinely lovely guy, Matheus Cunha. He is on the substitutes bench again. Julian Lopetegui has made 6 changes from the side that started at Anfield on Saturday. As you can see, Jose Sarr returns in goal. Nelson Semedo, Maximilian Kilman, João Moutinho, Mateus Nunes and Hee-Chan Wang all into the starting lineup. We are expecting Wolves to go to a back 5 tonight. They could still change things up and be a back 4, but the insinuation is that it is Semedo and Aït-Nouri as wing-backs with Johnny, Kilman and Totti. Whether Totti is in the middle or Kilman, we wait to see as well, as the defensive 3, which is kind of how they finished the game on Saturday, Tomo. And actually, it's a position Johnny did a little bit at the back end of last season. He actually looked quite comfortable with the captain's armband as well in that role. So maybe that's why he's gone with it, because it almost without trying, they might have stumbled on a formation that the players feel quite happy in.
Yeah, I think he's still having doubts about what formation he wants to pick, whether or not he goes with a 4 or goes with the 3 at the back as such. And look, say Johnny went into it and did reasonably well. Like I say, I think Semedo and probably Aït-Nouri are probably our 2 best fullbacks playing with wing backs, and it looks like that's going to be the formation and what they're going to play. But yeah, so look, Johnny's got the protection there of helping his fullback out. He's got the protection from the 2 centre halves alongside him as well, and it might suit him at the minute. So look, because I know that he's been struggling for form and to get himself right after that knee injury, but I'm sure that he'll be pleased with that he's in this starting 11.
Javo, when you look at that starting lineup, is there anything do you think he could have gone stronger? Would you have done anything differently?
It's difficult because you do unfortunately have to look at the schedule and the players, but the front three, like Podence has been doing really well recently. Got his goal against Villa, and I almost wanted him to play just because I actually quite like him as a player. I think he's so jinky, so good on his feet, can shift past players, and he's just got that a bit of something that you like to watch as a fan. But Wang came on, done extremely well the other night, and when you get these opportunities, that's when you need to go and take them and show the manager why you should be playing. So I'm fully happy with the squad, especially the midfield as well.
Javo, there is an element, isn't there, as well, of maybe he has one eye ever so slightly on a game with another of your old sides on Saturday, which obviously feels like a
Huge.
Potential 6-pointer.
Yeah, definitely. You can't not think about that. Although your whole focus is on this game and getting through to the semi-final, you can't help but think that game is going to be a massive, massive start to a difficult run of games for Wolves. So yes, I can definitely see that the substitutions will be key again tonight. I think he's quite prepared to change it quite quickly. It's not waiting till the 80th minute. He's quite happy to make these substitutions early, and I think that will definitely benefit the team, whether they're winning, whether they're losing, or even just to mix it up as a draw. He can adapt the team, and the players can just slot into positions, and that gives you a little bit of respite for the West Ham game.
Tomo, Huang got a goal on Saturday. Guedes got a goal on Saturday. Massive bit of fortune about his, but he won't care about that. Raul tonight, if he can get a goal, could do wonders for his confidence. I know he got the penalty against Gillingham, but it's different, isn't it? In the sense, of this type of occasion could be something that can really be a springboard.
Yeah, there's nothing better for the striker than to get confidence from a goal. And if you ask anybody, I know Wang hasn't scored in a number of games, and you saw the delight and you saw what it meant to him. Guedes, you talk about there, but look, he's got to be switched on to get that first touch right. It's come at him pretty quick from the keeper, and to finish it as well. So look, it's all about confidence in that top third. And as I said, if we'd have been a little bit more creative or a little bit better in our decision making at the weekend against Liverpool, we would have had a few more goals because we had opportunities to get at their back line through one way or another, like Traore, or we had at one stage we had 4 against 3, and it's just let us down. That's something that we've got to improve. But again, that will give them confidence by getting those goals, by getting those opportunities. They had a chance. We saw one later on from Guedes after he just scored, where he's had that long-range shot, where Alisson's had to palm it out. And again, he probably wouldn't have taken that if he hadn't got the goal. So it's all about confidence, all about making sure that you get opportunities in front of goal and taking them. And look, I'm just hoping that Jimenez does get a goal. It'd be great for him and his confidence as well.
Well, it's the unusual way that football works sometimes, that Julian Lopetegui has not been in English football too long, but maybe has an opportunity to sniff out a chance of silverware. He's been talking to the media about the chance of maybe managing Wolves at Wembley.
Julian, you're just 2 wins from a final at Wembley. How excited are you about the prospect of these?
No, that's why I comment that it's enough important the tomorrow matches to don't think in another play than the last play or the injuries or the market. I think this is the focus. We are in this focus. Of course, we are excited with this possibility. In the same way, we have a lot of matches in the front, but we only think in the next match, and we have to be ready to compete against, I repeat, a good team, and knowing that it's going to be a much harder match than Anfield, sure.
Are you aware that it's a very long time since Wolves have played at this stage of this competition? It was
Yes, I am aware.
It's exciting for the fans and adventure for you all.
Yes, I am aware, of course, and all of us, we are aware that this data, and of course the fans too. We are going to go tomorrow with this aim, with this illusion, and knowing that we are able to overcome a good team.
It could make you very popular with the fans very early if you took them to Wembley. A bonus.
We are going to try with all our strengths. Sure. We are going to try to do it.
Julian Lopetegui in a relatively good mood. I can tell you he's calmed down an awful lot because he was not happy with what happened at Anfield on Saturday. But we have been joined by royalty. His Highness the King, John Richards, is with us on Matchday Live Extra. John, always lovely to see you, and especially at these moments when we can reminisce about 1980 and 1974. But I know you well enough, your focus is on this team tonight getting a result here
excited.
in 2023.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? When you start talking about cup matches and you get to the quarter-final stage, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being at Wembley and winning some silverware. It's a great opportunity for us. And obviously, Nottingham Forest, Wolves is a cup tie that many of my generation will remember anyway, from that League Cup final in 1980. So it's got a little bit more added spice. But I'm feeling very optimistic this evening. I've really been impressed with the way Wolves have played since they've come back from the break. I heard Andy speaking just brief. I got the end of his chat, and I agree with him totally. The confidence that the team seem to have since they've come back from the break, there's a lot more belief in themselves and the way they're playing, and I just got a lovely feeling. They're just hitting the good form. I've always rated the players. We've got some good players in all the different sort of positions. It's just that they've got to have belief in themselves, and they seem to have it at the moment.
Talk to me about belief and confidence, John, because I mean, we will play in the goals, the action from 1980, because you were playing against the double European champions, or midway between going on to their double European champions at the time. This was a formidable Forest team.
Oh yeah, they've got some world-class players, and this was their third consecutive League Cup final, and they'd won the previous two. And Mr. Clough was that confident. He let his trainer lead the team out. And when you stood there in the tunnel and you looked at them all there, Trevor Francis, Peter Shilton, John Robertson, they'd got some cracking players. And as you said, European champions, and it was tough. There was no doubt about it. It was very tough indeed. But the key to, from our point of view, was the tactics that John Barnwell adopted. We knew John Robertson on the left wing was the key man, not Trevor Francis on the other side, John Robertson. And what he did, he doubled up on Robertson, put Peter Daniel there, and Peter actually kept him quiet. And in the end, it was Peter who hit that long ball to Andy Gray, which led to the mistake with David Needham and Peter Shilton. And then we were under the cush, there's no doubt about it. And that's when players like Emlyn Hughes, George Berry, and our goalkeeper Paul Bradshaw, played out of their skins. And to be fair to Brian Clough, he applauded us after we'd won it, and he applauded the Wolves fans. So, he recognised that we'd worked hard to get it. It's not always the best team that wins in cup games. Sometimes it's just things happen on the day. And it was our day that day. And as Andy knows, Andy's been to a cup final at Wembley. As a player, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's not just for the players or the clubs. It's the fans, and it's your family. It's a day out. It's a memory that they will, remember. It lives a long time with them. And, the fact that we're talking about things in 1980 just makes yourself flipping heck. That's 40 odd years ago. Some of the people listening to this weren't. Michael wasn't even born then. So and then you've got fans who weren't even born, and you hear these old geezers talking about the being at Wembley. But Michael will know himself, when you're a youngster playing, even if it's in the local league, and you get to a cup final, it's exciting. You want to play in cup finals.
What was your preparation like, John, before you went down? So, I know that these new teams go down 2 or 3 days before and get themselves sorted in.
It was different, Andy. Well, they have warm weather training, don't they? Ours was Southport. We went for warm weather training, and that was in February. So you can imagine what it was like then. But for the 80 one, the Forest one, it was treated just like another match. Total contrast to the 74 when we were actually taken away for the week to Worthing, etc. And we were taken away from Wolverhampton. We stayed in Wolverhampton and travelled up on the Friday before the final. Stayed overnight in a hotel, and it was just as if it was another game. And that's the way that John Barnwell wanted to treat it. To be perfectly honest, he wanted to try for us to avoid as much hype as possible and take away sort of some of that tension, and it worked.
Do you know what, John, though? Doing this has kind of killed me a little bit. I mean, you've already called me Michael as well as Tomo has to tell me off for taking the mickey. But normally I say that Tomo played in the black and white era. We're going to show the footage from 1974 as well. And unfortunately, it's in colour. So this is destroying me because Tomo obviously has already been reminiscing about his 99, Tomo?
Yeah, 99, yeah. We're the cup final, yeah. So,
yeah, anyway,
unfortunately, we lost.
You have to stop now. This is the goal. You can stop now. This is the goal.
There's the goal. Okay. That's what matters.
Yeah,
that's the goal, John.
And look at him. Magnificent sideburns as well.
Yeah, it's ages since I've seen it. Probably about a couple of days. Yeah.
Look at him.
Go on, Tomo.
No,
Just
but Andy, you know full well, in the Sherpa van, what a day that was
Yeah.
for you and the players and the club and everybody connected with the club. And people like you, Mikey. You want to be able to go there, commentating on a Wolves final. It's part of our dreams, and so hopefully we get part way to it tonight. It's going to be difficult.
I mean, this is the thing, right? And I want to bring Javo back in on it because Javo, you managed to get one of the ultimate honours in representing your country, as we were kind of reminiscing about beforehand as well. But these are the special moments, right? We're in the press room earlier, and I said to Tomo about '96, and Tomo was very quick and rightly to point out, and I take the mickey out of him, but to point out that he got there with Tranmere in the final, and as John Richards just pointed out, they got there in the Sherpa Van final. That as a player, Javo, it's the balance. Everyone talks about top four nowadays and all that kind of thing, but to actually have been there and to play in a showpiece, that's something unique, right?
100%. As I mentioned earlier, all players, they want to win silverware. So to be actually in a final at Wembley, that whole significance, as we've been saying about the day out, the whole experience, it will stay with you forever. And that's not just as a player, that's family, that's friends, it's fans, it's the whole package. There's so many people that I speak to whenever people say about the England cap at Wembley. So many Wolves fans will come up to me because I was there at that day. This is exactly what I was doing. I remember this. I remember that. It's because it's that showpiece, as you say. It's just something that you can just automatically take yourself there and remember it and be like, what an incredible experience that was.
Question for all three of you, and John, you can go first. What would you say if you're in that dressing room tonight? When you look around at the players around you, how would you look to inspire each other on a night like this?
Well, you just got to give each other the confidence to get out there and just say, forget what's gone before. Your previous form, both teams are struggling down at the bottom there. The current form's got nothing to do with it. It's a one-off match. And the Wolves team has got as much a chance as Forest, with the run of the ball. This is their moment. They won't get many moments like this. So forget all the previous games, the league games. Just go out and give you 100%. As long as you give 100%, you can't ask for any more from a player. And sometimes it'll go well, sometimes it won't. But if they can come in at the end of the 90 minutes and they've given it everything they can do, that's as much as you can ask from them. Simple as that.
Go on, Tomo.
Yeah, I just think that opportunities don't come around all the time, especially in the latter stages of cup competitions, or if you're challenging for places up the top of the league. I would just say, like, the players that are out there now, just don't come off there with any regrets at all. Just go out there, give it 100%, make sure that you give it your all. Because, again, you got an opportunity to play at Wembley. You got an opportunity to go all the way. I know there's some big teams still in it, but why not? So you got to have a little bit of luck. I know our form in the league hasn't been great, but this could be the thing that gets us pushing onwards and upwards. So it's just about just coming out there and making sure you give it your all.
Javo?
Well, there's not really too much to add, but just to get if you can get past this, you're putting yourself in the history books and you're giving yourself something to achieve and an everlasting. You can come back on here and talk about it. It's something that you can really enjoy. But it's something that you can just you can live on because it's an amazing achievement and it's something that you can really enjoy in the process.
See, don't say that because John Richards is already thinking if we get Man City in the semi-final, he's got to be back on, and we'll show he's
back on again.
And then the final.
I keep waiting for your texts for the invites to come in, Mikey. I'm that excited when they come in. I really am. I'm waiting all week, hoping to get a call from you. but few and far between. But going back,
Oh,
I think also it's the boost that it gives the town. It gives a buzz when you're walking around the town as a player, as a fan, and they talk about the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, or whatever. That's what people want to talk about. It's full. It's in the papers. It's in the Express Star. It's talking on the local radios. It gives a buzz to the town and makes people feel better. So it's a lot wider than a football match.
Give you a
Well,
boost ready for the rest of the season as well.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I says to
Yes.
Mike at the weekend. So like, we're second from bottom in the Premier League. We've got 6,000 fans going up to Liverpool, and the noise levels from them, and that's what it means to them. They want to see their team competing for any kind of competition, and that's right for what it is. You're going to get the backing, you're going to get the buzz from them as well. So I just think that it's something that, okay, not doing great in the league, but cup competitions, I think everybody loves a cup competition, especially the Wolves fans.
John, it's been brilliant to have you on as ever. I promise. Now you've said it.
Next time, can I stay on? Next time, can I stay on a bit longer?
Well,
I haven't even finished. I haven't even finished my cup of tea.
come to a game. Come and be with Tomo and I at Molineux. And we're going to Man City in a couple of weeks. We might try and drag you there with us as well, and just parade you around as someone who's beaten Man City in a competition.
Save me for the semi-final.
Yeah, let's hope so, John.
Is that a deal?
Definitely, my friend. Thank you, John. Good to see you as ever. John,
take care.
John King here with us on Matchday Live Extra. We have met Nottingham Forest fairly recently in the League Cup. It was an early round last season. Let's look back at the best of that game. This time gets it neatly into the feet of Aït-Nouri, and Aït-Nouri will drive up towards the corner of the penalty area and trying to go around the outside of back, and he will do so, and he fizzed a low cross in, and it comes out. It's Podence who strikes it, and it's a really good save by Horvath. Here's Podence, right inside of the box. Daniel Podence to strike, back off the inside of the post, and it just will not go in.
Oh dear.
And here comes Richardson. He's quick, the left back, and he finds Konate. Konate delivering a right footed cross to the far post, and it's headed across goal, thankfully, by the arriving Oliver Hammond. Forest's best attack of the game so far. Being shown infield again, Matinho again chooses not to shoot, finds Podence who strikes it over the top of the crossbar from right on the edge of the penalty area. Again, 5 to aim for. Plays it short to Matinho, pulled back to Hoover, one touch, delivers his cross, Fabio Silva missed it, and this time it's in! Squeeze home! Romain Saiss is taking the acclaim, and finally the wait is over. Wolverhampton Wanderers have a goal for the new season. Fabio Silva has robbed Harbottle, driving forwards, pulling the ball low. Daniel Podence with one touch. Daniel Podence scores, and you wait all that time for a goal, and two come along in quick succession. Daniel Podence with the cool, calm and assured finish. It's Nottingham Forest 0, Wolves 2. Pulling it back here for João Matinho. Matinho lining one up, then tried a clever little ball to Fabio Silva, who struck it on the turn. That's a great effort. And it's an equally good save. And it's Aït-Nouri's corner, left-footed from the right-hand side. Body's coming forwards. Oh, big save again. But here comes Hoover, who's in an advanced role. Gibbs White to Fabio Silva, onto Trincao. Francisco Trincao opens his Wolves account with a lovely side-footed finish into the bottom corner. And he wraps up a Wolves victory with their third goal that takes them into round 3 of the League Cup. Now a loose pass to Dendoncker. Finds Gibbs White, up to the edge of the penalty area. Gibbs White striking, finding the bottom corner, rasping right foot finish. It's the icing on the cake of another impressive attacking performance, and finally the goals are coming. Morgan Gibbs-White with the final goal. He is in the Nottingham Forest starting lineup, as is former Wolves man Willy Bolly as well. Matt Jarvis, who have Wolves really got to look out for? Obviously Gibbs-White is a key one, Brennan Johnson as well, but what are the fears almost, what are the worries that Wolves will have over that Forest side?
To be honest with you, I really think that for Wolves, it's just about them. I say that in in the nicest possible way, because if Wolves can play the way that they can, that they will beat what's in front of them. They really will. They have the players to do it. The formation, there's slight twist, but the midfield, Aitonori's on. He's playing really well at the minute. That's why he's now starting. I like the flow of the team. Yes, Forest have just started to pick up a little bit themselves, and Gibbs, White, and Bollier want to have a great game because they want to. They need to, I suppose, against your former club. But for Wolves, it's just about doing the basics right and showing the tempo that was at Liverpool. It's showing the confidence to go from back to front and get a strike at goal, like you were saying. Would, after the goal that Guedes scored, would he have taken that shot? He probably wouldn't have done earlier. So now it's the confidence to go out and do that. How many times have we been saying before at games, just try something, have a go, have a shot, put a cross in? I think that's all that Wolves need to actually do today is concentrate on them.
Tomo, who are you looking at to be the potential match winner in the quarter-final?
Well, I'll tell you what, it'd be nice if Jimenez could get one. I'd like Jimenez to just try and get it back on the score sheet. I think Wang needs to just follow his performance when coming on, say, look, against Liverpool and getting the goal as well. So I think there's a couple of players out there who have just got to follow it on. Again, big game at the weekend. They want to be in that starting 11. So go out there and play and enjoy it.
Try and enjoy it at the very least. It's going to be nervy, it's going to be tense, but hopefully exciting all the same. Full live commentary from Tomo and I available at wolves.co.uk and via the Wolves TV app, on the move, wherever you are in the world. We'll have more from Matt Jarvis at half-time and full-time as part of our live commentary coverage on Matchday Live of this League Cup quarter-final, Nottingham Forest against Wolves. Two teams who have already met in the league this season, and will leave you with the best of what was an incredibly tense and nervy occasion that time, hopefully coming out with the same result. Martinho at the base of the centre circle, turning, looking to play it early. Lovely ball for Traore. Traore with a first time clipped in cross. Aït-Nouri arriving with a header. Oh, just ripples the top of the netting. And Aït-Nouri can clear it up towards Podence, who controls on the chest and looks in field and finds Mateus. Traore's calling for it. It's on to Traore, in towards the edge of the penalty area. Traore smashes it goalwards towards the near post. Can't get it on target. Traore, that's clever, over the halfway line for Podence, on early. Costa leaves it for Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri to strike it across the face of goal. Here's Johnny. Podence, good first time flick. Traore up towards the edge of the penalty area, lifts his cross in, good header goalwards off the inside of the post, and somehow it's not in. Oh, it was Kilman who was still forwards. Coutinho's challenge, Aït-Nouri can't get there. Freuler to left-hand side to Gibbs-White, edge of the penalty area, trying to curl one towards the far corner, high over the top. Neves was trying to tee it up, but was closed down by Yates, so goes to Martinho. Wide to the right side to Traore. Traore up against Gibbs-White, infield on his left foot. Traore to strike it, and it deflects, I think, off Mateus. It's going to be given as a corner. We're just double checking there wasn't a hand in there on that block.
Give it.
Thomas Bramall, penalty! Molineux holds its breath. Neves to strike it, brilliant hit! Into the bottom corner! The captain shoulders the responsibility and puts his team in front! Gibbs-White's corner, right-footed from the left-hand side, whipped in towards the near post and bounced away, and Forest are claiming.
The little scuffle they had, Yates and Nunes, I think it was. Nunes pulled him down.
Well, getting his whistle
There
ready,
you go.
and penalty Nottingham Forest. Referee puts his whistle to his lips. Here comes Johnson. Saved by Jose Sarr! Diving to his left-hand side, and Molyneux erupts!
See, the law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, balls in my heart, my city on the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, wreck till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down on the ground, now I'm up for the fight. Seaside at the dawn, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Don't dirt, but my crap stay clean. Send for me, rude boy, how you mean? Look at my jump with the verses. Clean sheet in him and I'm on a verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the verses. Death match in your family in verses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.